What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We got episode 17 here on the Burton Breaks podcast, an episode I'm pretty excited for. I'm in a pretty good mood. If you guys weren't on the stream yesterday, you guys probably can't see it. Let's put it up to the camera. That is a Shedeur Sanders Black Finite. One of the biggest cards in Prism Hobby, which is, everybody knows that's like the biggest chase of the year. Other than Jackson Dart, you could argue Cam Ward as well. This is a top 3 card in the product of the number 1 product. That's a crazy card. We pulled in the FOTL. The hobby doesn't even release until next Monday. It's Tuesday right now. Like, that's absolutely absurd. That's a crazy card. So I'm on a bit of a high. Although it's not my card, it's just always fun to pull cards like that.
Yeah.
Especially considering the guy bought it for $250.
Crazy come up. That's like a 35x, which is nuts when you're paying $225.
I think it's more than 35. I told the person who bought it, I said we wouldn't disclose the price that he bought it for, so can't say the exact price that he bought it for, but yes. So one of the things we want to talk about is what to do when you pull a life-changing card like that. So that card was hit by one of our customers on TikTok. He bought into the break for, I think it was $225 before tax. He ends up pulling that card on the brown spot. 3-box FOTL break. What do you do when you do that? The issue that many people run into is they get excited when they pull a 5-figure card, 6-figure card off of a cheap break spot, and the first thing that they want to do is just take the most exciting offer that comes at them right away. Most people, you should not accept an offer. You should not accept the first offer you get, because the odds are they're buying it to flip it to someone else. Like, you might accept an offer that's half of what it's worth because you're still going to make 100x your money. But that's not, you're leaving too much money on the table there. You gotta shop it around. You gotta be patient, get it graded if that's what required. In this specific instant, there was an offer that we got that just couldn't be refused. Like, I helped broker the deal for Ryan, who ended up pulling the card, and it was just an offer that you're not going to get a better offer than that. He got other offers and they were nowhere near this offer. So when you get those type of offers where it's just like, do I want to sit here and risk that offer going away and shopping it around and stuff? If you know the market and it seems like this is too good to be true, we just got to take it. You just take it. Yeah. It's not worth dicking around, but at the same time, you don't just want to take the first good offer. You got to make sure you're doing your research, getting your right offers in, and that is officially the biggest card that we've ever pulled.
Yeah.
The biggest card, or in terms of sale value, the biggest card prior to that. We pulled Caleb Williams Black Deca Prism 1 of 1. This was a big one during his rookie year. We pulled the Wembanyama Prism Green Disco out of 5. That card ended up selling for like 40-something thousand. This is the biggest card we've ever pulled, and that's just crazy that a 5th round pick, a guy who may not even be the starter next year, that's I think the Shedeur Sanders market is just nuts. Like, he's all hype. There's not a lot of talent right there, you know what I mean? Or there's not a lot of results. There's some talent, but
he's also working with the Browns.
He's on the Browns, but again, he was their third string quarterback this year that got in there off of injuries and players sucking ass. So it's like, who knows if Deshaun Watson is QB1 there by the start of the season? Like,
that is true. I did hear about that.
That's craziness, but it's a fun card. Obviously, it's a crazy pull and a great story. But
yeah, and cards like that come around once in a blue moon. You're never seeing that, so
especially in FOTL.
Yeah,
to see a Black Finite in FOTL and for it to be one of the biggest ones, like Cleveland Browns PYT prices should be down because Shedeur's Black Shimmer's gone. Shedeur Black Finite is gone. Like, all that's left now is to chase the golds for Shedeur, which is still big cards, but you don't have the creme de la creme.
No, but it was so electric when it was pulled. It was insane. The slow roll clip. The clip's on TikTok right now. Just posted it like 15 minutes ago, but
if you want to see what it's like pulling a card that big, the energy in the room. The funniest thing is the person who pulled the card wasn't even watching the break.
No.
We had to get his phone number off the orders, but you got to go blow your nose.
I know, it's bad. I blew my nose before the podcast too. That's the funny part.
We had to go get his phone number off the orders page, and I called him on stream. I called him twice. He didn't respond. He texted me and he said, like, what's up? What's happening? And I was like, you want to get into this stream because you just pulled a life-changing card. And even last night, he didn't realize how big the card was. This morning, he didn't realize how big the card was. But essentially, yeah, I mean, we definitely helped him out by brokering this deal because he didn't really quite understand what the card was worth, and he was going to sell it for a lot less than it was worth. But I helped him out. I kind of showed him what it's worth and helped him field some offers, and we got him a lot more than he thought he was going to get. So he's pretty ecstatic. I'm pretty ecstatic. Great all around situation. I mean, that's just feel good moments in the hobby right there.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy because that break we ran on TikTok, and then TikTok had like a crap day. It all went down.
Just the craziest.
And so we got up early, sold half the break, didn't finish it. He had the spot on TikTok, didn't cancel.
Isn't that crazy? If TikTok doesn't go down, then I mean, I'm sure the shuffle would have been different. I'm sure the spots would have been different. Someone else would have pulled that card. History just has a funny way of working out like that.
So it was kind of crazy. Great clip. Awesome. It's such a crazy card. That's the craziest card I've ever seen in person. Like pulled, obviously, but
it's pretty. It feels like a big Trey Lance situation where there's Trey Lance cards that were selling for 100,000, 200,000, like just these crazy numbers, and then now that those cards are probably worth $500. So it's like I don't want to be. I wouldn't want to be the person stuck holding that one. I think it was a good decision by Ryan to get rid of that thing and to take his big money in the profit off that spot.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No,
he said he's having a daughter in like April and stuff, and like this is gonna help out a ton. It's just one of those feel good moments.
Yeah,
you just love to hear.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of the Bo Nix Gold Downtown.
Oh yeah,
if you know about that one, he hit a gold Bo Nix Downtown, graded it, got like a 9 or a 10 or something like that.
Didn't he like name the kid after Bo?
He named the kid after Bo Nix because he was having a kid. And
that's awesome.
Hit the card and sold it and was able to do a bunch of stuff.
Well,
with it,
I'm not sure that Ryan's gonna name his kid Shador. But...
No, probably not.
Yeah, that's funny though.
But yeah, I mean, same type of thing. It's a cool hobby, another hobby thing.
I mean, dude, could you? I mean, we've opened sports cards every single night for how many years, and this is the biggest card we've ever pulled. It's certainly one to relish in, and honestly, I think that with Prism coming out and Optic coming out, I think we still got a couple big cards. Like this is like Prism, Optic, Select, Flawless, National Treasures, all these products coming out in the next like couple months. This is gonna be there's gonna be some huge cards pulled on our channel in the next couple months.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I like this span of like 4 or 5 months is gonna be pretty fun.
Yeah, we had to work our way up here slowly but surely. Like Absolute was a good one, but then you have to go through the certifieds and scores, Prism drafts, which Prism draft was actually pretty cool. But you're just not pulling those life-changing cards in there. There's no life-changing cards in Prism draft. There's life-changing cards in Prism hobby.
If there was like 101 mangas, I feel like that'd be pretty cool. But life-changing, who knows? You never know.
Yeah, I mean, you could pull like a Black Finite Arch or whatever, and it's probably worth $5K, which is a great come up.
Yeah,
amazing. But you pull a card that's high 5 figures. That's high. That's big stuff.
Yeah, insane. And then. Can't wait to. We need to find a shield. That's what we need to find a 101 shield.
I mean, we pulled plenty of 101 shields, just not the right ones.
Not the right ones. Yeah. Flawless and NT coming up.
But that's the thing with Flawless and National Treasures and stuff. It's like, pulling a shield would be great, but at the same time, Jackson Dart doesn't sign, Cam Ward doesn't sign.
So even Scatabo.
But that's not. I don't think that's life changing. Like that's probably like a $15,000 to $20,000 card.
Yeah, but wouldn't the
maybe like a Mahomes because he's probably signing.
I mean,
Mahomes shield.
Yeah, there's plenty of big.
There is big ones, but it's
big
like
ones.
I don't know. I mean, Shador shield auto is probably the biggest.
What sucks is both of the Panini athletes that were rookies last year, that were QBs, both just suck.
Oh, McCarthy and Penix.
Penix,
probably the worst two out of the class. The two that signed autos were probably the worst two. So
yeah,
maybe the lesson is to don't sign autos with Panini.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, hey, Jackson Dart, Cam Ward, I think they're better than Shador and Gabriel.
Yeah, I think Cam Ward's just in a bad spot. I think he's a good QB, but...
I know. I think Cam Ward's my buy this offseason.
Same.
Whoever pulls the Black Finite Cam Ward, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending on what the number is.
Yeah.
I don't have that much risk tolerance, but I'll dabble.
No, I think there's no way, and the people that don't know, last year's National Treasures, over 100 boxes. No shield.
That was crazy. That was
Which
probably
is-
the worst run of product we ever had.
Yeah, nuts.
We obviously pulled some nice cards. But,
Yeah, but
but not pull one of the chases. That's like ripping 5 cases of Absolute. You don't pull a Kaboom.
yeah,
It's like, all right, I'm done.
it was nuts. It was
$100 of
awful.
NT. I mean, do the math. That's
Same thing with Flawless.
that's probably like $300,000 to $500,000 worth of National Treasures, and we didn't pull a shield.
Yeah, and then same thing with Flawless. We opened like 20 cases.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not true. We pulled some really good cards in Flawless.
We pulled some shields and stuff.
Yeah, we did.
But we didn't. I mean, there's only going to be 5 of the best shields. Like, there's so much product to go around and so many breakers ripping. You can't expect to pull product hits every single product.
We did hit I kind of want to know how much that berry sold for, if it even sold.
Ooh, I forgot about
that berry. We had a berry shield. Diamonds.
It is kind of weird to think about when you just like think about all the crazy cards that we've hit. Like,
yeah,
you just start to get numb to them. Like, you just think about. I've probably pulled 5 green Kabooms in my life. Like, we pulled the LT Kaboom. We pulled Jackson Smith and Jigba rookie green Kaboom.
JD5.
Which is that JSN is probably like a $40,000 to $50,000 card right now.
Yeah,
that's nuts. Bijan Robinson green Kaboom. Jaden Daniels green Kaboom. I want to say there was one other, but it's just crazy. You know, you think about all the Deca 1-of-1s we've hit. We've hit Barry Sanders Deca Black 101.
Yeah. Caleb Williams
Black Deca 101. There's like, you just go through every product and you just start to get numb to all these like monster cards.
Yeah, we had a gold downtown. Like, obviously it wasn't like a crazy, but we still a gold downtown.
Yeah,
like, it was a good.
You rip a lot of product, you're gonna pull a lot of good cards. I mean, everyone likes to say that breakers get the loaded boxes, but you know, when you walk into the office and you see that there's 20 cases of optics in there, you're probably like, one of those might have a gold vinyl downtown.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just a numbers game. You go to your local hobby shop and you grab one optic hobby and you're like, dude, I opened it, I didn't pull it downtown. And I go on Instagram and I see that Bert just pulled 5 downtowns. It's like, well, we ripped 5 whole cases. So,
yeah.
You know, we ripped 70 boxes, you ripped 1.
No, it's a big
potato.
I think we talked about that last podcast. It's a big thing that people are hating about is like, it's like, yeah, you'd also pull a crap ton of cards, but you'd also lose your ass on it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's not, you see all the big hits, but there's obviously bad boxes too, you know. For every Shedeur Sanders Black Finite 1-of-1, there's you know, 20 Prism boxes that return $200.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the name of the game, man. That's like going to the casino, playing the slot machines and wondering why you're not getting a jackpot every single time.
Yeah. On the topic of football, we got the biggest NFL game coming up of all time. And I know you're banking on one player to play really well.
I don't even know what I'm going to do with that Sam Darnold. It just feels like there's still no respect on the Sam Darnold market. It's like this guy's playing for a Super Bowl.
We've got talks right now about a good Sam Darnold card at the game, which
well,
I think you'll be
this
surprised.
Is what's crazy to me is I have the Sam Darnold White Sparkle Prism 1-of-1 auto. He's in the Super Bowl. I can't even get an offer on that card for 1/5 of what the Shedeur Sanders is. Like, are we serious? The guy's in the Super Bowl, has gone back-to-back seasons winning 14 games.
And it's a rookie, too.
Shedeur Sanders might not win, or might not even be the starting quarterback next year. And here it is, he's worth 5x. That just brings it back to the point of people don't care about the proven players. They want to get in on the next exciting thing. Like, even if Drake May wins the Super Bowl, I bet you by the time the next season starts, his market will be down.
Yeah,
which
I
is
can see
nuts.
It. I can see it. Well, his market's super high right now, to be fair.
It is. It is.
It's way too high.
Yeah,
I just sold my Drake Mays today.
The fact that in relativity, I feel like Shedeur Sanders outsells Matthew Stafford tells you everything that's wrong with the prospecting of this hobby.
But maybe it's kind of good for everybody else. Like, if you're a collector and not a seller.
If you're a collector and not a hypey analyst, yeah, it makes all sense in the world. But it's just weird to me why nobody cares for Matthew Stafford cards, but everyone freaks out about, you know, a Jackson Dart card. It's like, you think Jackson Dart will be 1/10 of the player Matthew Stafford ever was? No, but we're all ripping 2025 products, so everybody wants to go after Jackson Dart because it's the cool thing to do.
Yeah, well, they're looking for the quick flip. If you're looking for the quick flip, I see it. But buying those cards, I just don't see it. Unless, like, I don't think any of the rookie QBs this year are going to have a Drake May season next year. None of them.
Well, it's pretty irregular to go from 2nd overall or 4th overall pick to Super Bowl.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but Jackson Dart is selling like Drake May right now.
I think the Titans are going to do something next year. They got Brian Dable as their offensive coordinator now. I like Brian Dable as a play caller. I like Cam Ward. I think he's very talented. I think the Titans just have a shitty roster composition, but
Yeah.
if they start to get together a couple of those key positions, I think. I mean, who's their wide receiver one? Alec
DK?
Manor?
Where's DK the?
Chimere DK?
Yeah.
If you don't even know who their wide receiver one is, that's problem numero uno right there.
Yeah.
Get the guy a real receiver. I mean, you ever seen a quarterback that's good who has a terrible offensive line and terrible receivers? Probably not.
Dude, his offensive line is atrocious. It's actually insane.
I'm in on Cam Ward. It depends on what they do this offseason, but if they don't do anything, I'll probably just wait till next offseason and then I'm going in on Cam.
But get his rookie cards or?
Yeah.
Okay. But what's your score prediction? What's your
Super Bowl
predictions?
Super Bowl predictions. I think the Seahawks are going to win by about 14 points. I don't think it'll be too close.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a Patriots hater, but I think, clearly they've had a pretty light schedule to get to this point, and they've taken care of business. You can only play who's in front of you, but when we're thinking about, they scored 3 points offensively in the AFC Championship game. The Seahawks defense feels very, very comparable to the Broncos defense. I think they're gonna shut them down. I mean, you think about the Patriots, and you're like, they've done really well this season, but they don't really have Stephon Diggs is okay, but it's not like he's a great wide receiver.
Yeah.
Whereas the Seahawks have Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's elite. I mean, Cooper Kupp and Stephon Diggs are probably on similar playing levels. So your wide receiver 2 is as good as their wide receiver 1. Tight end wise, Hunter Henry solid. Nothing against him. Their offensive line is okay. It's pretty solid. It's actually not that great. It's really not that great. It's actually kind of bad in the playoffs especially, but they have good pieces on there. Drake May's good. He's really good.
They do have a dual backfield, and
Ramondre and Trevion's okay.
It's like a mid backfield, but Seahawks don't really right now.
You just look at the Patriots, and they just don't have any stars. I say that. Drake May's an MVP candidate, but it just doesn't feel like
you need a JSN.
They got a JSN. K9, I think, is one of the most underrated running backs in the league. They have a solid offensive line. Their defense is elite. I mean, this is just what a Super Bowl team is made of right here.
Yeah.
I mean, Seahawks, I think, are going to win this pretty comfortably.
Hopefully, they keep it more close than 14 points, in my opinion.
Oh, I'd love to see a good game.
I'd love to see a good game. I don't want a two years in a row where it's just like I know who's going to win this by halftime kind of thing.
Yeah. No, last year sucked.
Last year was dog water. It was so bad. I did enjoy seeing the Chiefs get their asses beat. I did enjoy that, but I didn't enjoy it that it was boring by halftime.
Number 1 Chiefs hater, dude. Kicking them while they're down right now.
Yep. Punched them too. Doing everything I can to keep them down.
I like that one. How to evaluate... Here, you can ask that so we can get a clip out of it.
How would you evaluate a card beyond its comps? Beyond...
Are you talking more like a rare card that there's not a comp on, or are you talking
Think about sure, or a card, how do you evaluate it? How do you price it out if there isn't any? If there's... whether it's something that you'd want to buy, liquidity wise, it sells easy, or how do you determine what you buy there?
I guess, the comps are the comps. I mean, if there is a comp on a card and it's sold twice at $100, then it's a $100 card. You can buy it for $85. You can buy it for $90. You can buy it for $100 if you really want the card. You can buy it. You can buy it for $120 if you really want the card. If you're trying to make money on it, obviously you want to be on the lower end of that spectrum. But at the end of the day, I think a better question is, how do you evaluate a card that doesn't have comps? That's a question that we get a lot. So if a card does not have a comp, I think what you can do, let's say you have, or specifically a 1 of 1. If you pull,
it's a good example right there.
Great example right here. Shedeur Sanders, Black Finite Prism. How would you comp this card? Well, you're not going to be able to. At some point, you got to test out the market. But what do you want to do? Go look at other Black Finite Prism rookie 101 quarterbacks. Go find the most comparable player. That's hard for Shedeur Sanders, but you can go see, what did Bo Nix sell for? What did Drake May sell for? What did Caleb Williams sell for? What did Trevor Lawrence sell for? What did Brock Purdy's rookie sell for? Go look at every single example and just see where a gauge is.
I think Brock Purdy would be a good...
Well, Brock Purdy sold for $120K.
Really?
Last year, so. But Brock Purdy's been to a Super Bowl. I feel like Brock Purdy.
But I mean when it first came out, unless it didn't obviously get pulled until later.
Yeah, no, I guess.
Because he was literally last pick, Mr. Relevant or whatever, but.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, we talk about Shador being a 5th-round pick and how that might not be good, but Brock Purdy was a last overall pick. So, but pick doesn't matter. I mean, Tom Brady was 5th-rounder, 6th-rounder, wasn't he? So
Yeah.
He ended up being, it's not about where you get drafted; it's about what you do with it.
Yeah, he ended up being pretty good. So
yeah, was he?
Yeah,
I forget.
I think so. What about how to evaluate a card? Like when you look at a card and say it's $100 card, and you think it would do good flipping, but it's got a little like damage on it. Is that something you would end up buying or not? No.
I mean, damage is different than like
PSA 9 damage. Nothing like crazy
damage. That's not damage. That's just like, yeah, if it's a PSA 9, I would still buy it. Unless I'm buying it to grade it, but not every card's going to be a PSA 10.
That's
like
true.
if it's a tad bit off centered or if it's got a little whitening on a corner, that's just cards, dude. Not every card's a PSA 10. Less than half of cards pulled out of a pack are PSA 10s typically. Yeah. So, you go and look at a pop report and you might see that a card gets 60% gem rate. Well, that's because there's the other, 30% of people that just aren't sending the card in because they looked it over and were like, this isn't worth sending. So over half of the cards straight from a pack don't get a PSA 10. Is a card being in PSA 9 condition going to stop me from buying it? Definitely not. I mean, for me personally, especially for my PC, I don't even care. I'm not going to grade the card. I like to put my cards in one touches. So do I care if it's a 9 or a 10 in terms of condition? To the naked eye, you're not even going to be able to tell unless you're like sitting there analyzing it.
Yeah.
Which when I have my cards up on a display, am I going to sit there and be like, oh, that one's a 9. I like it less.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Especially when maybe if it was graded and actually had the 9 on it that looked ugly, then I would care. But when it's just sitting in a one touch, the difference doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We care too much about what some random grader thinks about our cards.
That's true. What about, let's move it to this area of it. A card that used to have a lot of demand and liquidity, but now it's kind of like slowed down to the point where it's like maybe once a month it sells. It's a kind of a difficult question.
What kind of situations are we talking about here?
Like a Mac Jones.
Okay.
Like a Mac Jones or like, I don't know, some player that was good that still sells.
People kind of like Mac Jones. I mean, he played good ball for the 49ers this year. So
yeah. It's like, how would you evaluate a card like that? It's kind of an odd question, but.
So you're saying like one that hasn't sold in a while? Or?
Yeah, like someone comes up to you with a Mac Jones Kaboom. Now, obviously these are going to sell probably a lot more, but just say like it sells like probably once every 6 months. One sells.
I don't buy backups personally.
Really?
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot harder time flipping Mac Jones than you are if you're flipping Drake Mays.
That's true.
Now, it's one thing that's if I'm trying to flip it. If I'm gonna buy a Mac Jones and sell it that week, then I'm not gonna do that because he's not playing.
Yeah.
If I think Mac Jones played good football this season and he's gonna get a starting job somewhere next season as a bridge quarterback. Okay, I'm going to buy a Mac Jones, and I'm not going to sell them immediately. I'm going to hold them, and then when that announcement does come that he signed with the Raiders, or Raiders are a bad example, but he signs with the New York Jets because there's no really QB2 in this draft class, then his market's going to spike, and then I'm going to sell him. And, instead of trying to get that quick sell, I'm going to sell it for triple what I bought it for because his entire market's going to move. So instead of just buying it for 80% and selling it for 90%, I'm just going to buy it for 80% and then sell it for 300% down the line.
I think that's a big problem that people have though, is they're not willing to take that time and wait.
Well, it's also a risk because you buy Mac Jones right now hoping that he gets a bridge quarterback job and he doesn't and he ends up back on the 49ers. Well, then there's also that group of people that are, that were doing the same thing you're doing, buying Mac Jones. And then that was kind of holding his market up a little. And then once it gets announced as the 49ers, it'll go down a little.
Yeah.
So there's the opportunity for it to go down a little, and then there's also the opportunity for it to go up a lot. Are you willing to take that risk? That's
true.
That's business right there. That's the name of the game. Yeah, risk and reward.
Just a little bit of gambling, that's all.
There's a lot of gambling to do in this hobby,
Yeah.
We just pulled a Shador Sanders Black Finite that someone bought. They're doing some gambling if they're betting on Shador Sanders.
Just hit a straight flush in a Prism FOTL break.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still insane card, but it's a good way to look at it though. If you're don't look to flip and sell if the card doesn't sell often.
I mean, that's not necessarily that. I would just say for players that are not hot right now, but I mean, if you're just gonna have a tougher time. No one's gonna pay you 95% for your Mac Jones card. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
You
true.
might be able to sell it for 80%. Sure, someone's gonna buy it, but you can sell your Drake May card for 95% right now.
Yeah, Drake May's market's going crazy. But back to where you were talking about, you got the card set up in your room and how you think PSA, or not even PSA, just having another dude look at your card and grade it for you.
I say that as someone who grades, 100 of my own cards every week, but
yeah, but you're grading them to sell. You're not grading them to keep.
Do it for your this would be my advice. If it's for your personal collection, do whatever makes you happy. If you like your cards in a graded slab, do it. If you like your cards in a one touch, do it. If you're here in this hobby to make money and you're not grading your cards, you're not doing it for money then. Like, you don't grade every card you get, but you look them over and you're like, yeah, I just bought this Kaboom for $280. It sells for $300. It looks like I think I could get a PSA 10. Do I want to sell that $280 card for $300? Do I want to spend $25, be into the card for $305, and then sell it for $600? Which one sounds better? You know what I mean? So, I don't grade cards because I enjoy getting a PSA 10 back. I can tell you whether the card's in good condition or not. I do it because a PSA 10 sells for more than a raw card.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, here's a funny thing about this is kind of gonna veer off, but still going PSA. I told you this. I just hit a Marvin Harrison downtown out of a break. It was raw, and I was looking at the comps and like raw is like just sold for 300. I was like, sick. It's like, what's a PSA 10? I remember talking about this like a long time ago. You were talking about the PSA 10 prices of downtowns. It's like $100 more.
Downtowns are the worst.
That is not worth it at all. Like, I'm not gonna send it in, have the chance of it getting a 9.
It's hilarious.
Like, that's insane.
If you want to have some fun with sports cards, go look up what a Prism Silver rookie Drake May goes for ungraded, and then go look at a PSA 10. It's probably like what, 300 raw,
1,500.
1,500.
I'm actually curious what it's at now.
Look this up just for good measure, and then you go look at a downtown, and it's just so funny, the multiplier. Like, if you grade it's not even worth grading downtowns. I haven't graded a downtown in years because there's just no point. For some cases it is, but typically downtown multiplier is the lowest multiplier. Like, it's usually 1.5x raw, whereas most cards are like 2 to 3x raw. And then you go to Prism Silvers, and they're almost like 5 to 10x raw. It's crazy.
His raw right now for Prism Silvers going for, just sold, most recent, $250.
Now, what's a PSA 10? I'm betting you a PSA 10 is like $1,500, maybe even $2,000.
Yeah,
it might be a 10x. So is it crazy?
It's definitely gone up. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
PSA. This is okay. So PSA 9 is selling for about what Raw is selling for, $300.
Right. PSA. We don't grade for PSA 9.
We don't grade for PSA. PSA 10 Drake May Prism Silver last sold $1,890.
That's almost an 8x right there. Now, Prism 2024 is tough to grade, but that's what I'm talking about. You want to talk about
one just sold for $2,000.
The cards that have the best grading multiplier, it's going to be Prism. It's going to be your selects. It's going to be your optics.
That's insane.
2,100. Case hits are not the best thing to be grading because people already want those cards raw so bad. But, things that are going to be tougher to gem are obviously going to have a better multiplier. But at the same time, like, downtowns are not that hard to get PSA 10s on, but it's just not worth it.
No.
It's just not worth the risk. Like, I haven't graded a downtown in forever. Kabooms are a little bit better. I think Kabooms are still around the 2x multiplier. So I still grade my Kabooms. They usually are a pretty easy gem.
What about greens? Are greens still around the 2x, or are they moving up now?
What, green Kabooms?
Green Kabooms.
I don't think grading one of ones is gonna have a lesser impact because it's a one of one.
Yeah, but that is true.
Again, people say don't grade your one of ones. I disagree with that. It's not as heavy of a multiplier, but if you have a $30,000 one of one and you grade it and it turns into a $40,000 one of one, you still just added $10,000 to your card. Just because it's a 1.3x multiplier doesn't mean that it wasn't worth it on a card like that, especially.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you think about, like, let's use Mosaic, for example. You have a Mosaic Black one of one. You have a Mosaic Black Disco one of one. There's a Mosaic Nebula one of one. That's 3 different Mosaic one of ones. I don't even think that's all of them. So how can you separate? And then that's just for 1 year. You think of a guy like Patrick Mahomes. He probably has a 2025 one of one. He has three 2025 one of ones, three 2024 one of ones, three 2023 one of ones, all the way back. So what's gonna separate that? Let's say somebody says, I'm not grading it. It's a one of one. I'll just sell it raw. There's no point in grading it. Okay, they sell it for $1,000, and then someone has the 2024 version, sells it for $2,000 because theirs is a PSA 10. Just because it's a one of one doesn't mean that it's truly that unique. You can still compare it to other cards, and a PSA 10 will still be worth more.
Yeah.
Like, there's no situation where if your card's in good shape, you shouldn't grade the 101 because guess what? A PSA 10 is always going to be worth more than a raw card. It's never going to hurt your card getting a PSA 10 on it.
No, yeah. Like, and if it gets a 9, like, it's probably going to be the same as it was raw.
Yeah, you're not going to.
But now you have it in a slab.
And some people just want the peace of mind of, I know it's a graded slab now. I know it's legit. I know the condition of it. I don't have to worry about it being damaged. Unless you grade it and it's a PSA 5. People say it's a one of one. The condition doesn't matter. You're telling me a PSA 5 would go for the same as a PSA 10? Like, the grade doesn't matter on it? It certainly matters, bro. If you have a damaged card, nobody wants it. Showing that your card is in good condition is not. I think that's the biggest myth in sports cards, and honestly, just one of the worst things is people saying that, yeah, one of ones, bro, you should never grade them. It's a one of one. It doesn't matter. Well, if you haven't noticed, every player has about 3,000 one of ones, so they're not truly that unique.
Yeah, and I just like grading. My buddy hit the 101. I mean, obviously, player needs to do a little work. It was a Terry Arnold 101. We hit it in our stream, and I was like, you got to get that graded, dude. And I ended up getting an 8. Like, it wasn't.
I don't think that. I think an 8 is like, for one of ones, I think an 8 is going to be the same as what it was before. You probably lost money on the grading. A 9 is going to be like, you probably got your grading back and maybe a little bit more. And then a 10 is where you get your profit. Yeah. Just like the same as normal grading for the most part.
Yeah. Eights and 9s, depending on the card, kind of go around the same amount.
Yeah. I mean, 8s, realistically, should you be cracking your 8s? I know it's like it's a tough subject. People don't want to say, oh, you just cracked it and sold it raw. That's, dishonest and stuff. But everybody in the world is cracking their cards. If you had a PSA 8 and you're just gonna sell it for raw.
Yeah, if it wasn't a 101, I would say
so.
But if it's a 101, card's not gonna get any different. Like, there's not gonna be another one of them.
And to be honest, I think people are so like the landscape of grading is so crazy. A PSA 8's not like a damaged card necessarily. Like, it could just be a card that it's a little off center to the right, and then it also has a white corner. That's an 8.
Yeah.
It's still somewhat of a normal card to come out of a pack. Like, you're not going to notice it too bad eye to eye, but I think, there is some I think there might be a little undervalued for 9. I think PSA 9s might be a little undervalued.
So do I. I think
because you think about it, what happens in 30 years from now when you have a Patty Mahomes PSA 9. Well, yeah, right now every raw card's probably in good condition, so it doesn't really matter. But in 30 years, you think about all the Patrick Mahomes, raw cards, they're probably all going to be in beat up condition because it's been 30 years and they've gone through hands and they've gotten traded around 30 different times. So having it in that PSA 9 slab will probably carry a bit of a premium. Obviously, the PSA 10s will still be the king, but I think that's a long-term play, 30 years, whatever. Yeah. But, in the long run, I think it could be worth it to just hold on to a couple PSA 9s of some modern cards.
I mean, we're seeing it with old cards, like a Joe Namath of a 1988 or whatever. Tops.
I mean, I think now is a lot different than then because no one was grading cards back then. Nobody was sleeving and top-loading their cards back then. Nobody had the cases and all this stuff, yada, yada. But I still think, some of the same principles apply of keeping cards in good condition is always going to keep them worth more and stuff like that. It's just going to be, there's going to be a lot more of them.
Yeah. I did put a little thing for the little plug there.
Oh, dude, go for it.
Yeah?
Plug it, man.
Yeah? Burton Breaks Grading. I don't know the plug. I'm not.
Yeah?
You're good at it because you do it during stream.
If you want to grade your cards, go to burtonbreaks.com, click on the PSA grading section. You can bring your cards into our store. You can mail them in. You can grade cards you pull on stream. But if you're not grading your cards and they're in good condition, someone else is going to do it, and you're going to let them reap all the rewards. So grade your cards. It's a no-brainer not to. I got a submission that I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
I'm still cracking 50 a week.
Did you get to 50 last week?
I'm not. I would say I got to like 40 last week, but then I'm going to do like 100 this week. So
okay.
it's going to average out to where I'm
counts
getting
back.
at least
Okay.
50 a week
That's
for
good.
sure. So that's my goal. I want to grade 50 of my own cards every single week, flip them out. Just grinding, dude.
Okay. My next thing I've got is I was excited for this one, but it's hard to tell because a lot of cards don't like good cards that you can flip.
Yeah,
are
let me
more.
ask you this one.
Oh damn.
See
Okay.
me? You have $1,000 right now. You have to turn it into $2,000 in 24 hours within the sports card hobby. What are you doing to save your life?
Jeez Louise.
24 hours. You don't get to sit there and grade it and flip it and all
See,
that.
That's what my thing was. Is I was big on grading.
No, because some people, if all they have is $1,000, they can't wait 3 months to get their return back. You know, they got to flip it now.
That's true.
Let's make it easier. Flipping it, doubling your money is a little crazy. Let's go. You have $1,000. You need to turn it into $1,300. You need to make $300 today with $1,000 to flip on sports cards. What are you doing?
I got a card show or no?
There's a card show. You
There's
can
a
go to a
card
card show.
I'm going to a card show. Going up to tables, not buying the first thing I see, walking around a little bit, feeling out the section, find the table, get a group of cards that are worth around 1,000. Probably spend, not all my money, maybe 500. Get a bunch of cards, get a good deal on that. Because when you're buying in bulk, I feel like the sellers tend to give you a lot better deals. So I feel like if I've got, I don't even know. I feel like I get like $700 worth of cards. Maybe it's how many cards do you think that would be? 100 card or 10 cards worth $100. Yeah, I can get $90 for each of them.
I don't know what you can do, dude.
I don't know. I'm just.
It sounds like you're dead. You're not.
Sounds like I'm buying in bulk and I'm reselling somewhere else.
All right. So here, you ask me the question. I'll give you the right answer.
Okay. What would you do with $1,000 right now? You have to make it into $1,300. You have a day. You're at a card show.
I'm walking into the card show with $1,000. Before I even look to purchase a card, I'm looking for the people that have the buying banners. You see the people that have the buying stations. We are buying cards. I'm walking around to each one of them. I'm asking them, what percentage are you paying? What cards are you looking for? I'm going to go work for them for a day. They're going to say, yeah, man, we're paying 80%. Yeah, man, you bring me any case hits, I'll pay you 90%. Okay, boom. You're going to give me 90% on case hits. I'm walking around to every single showcase. Hey, man, what can you do on this downtown? Hey, man, what can you do on this kaboom? What can you do on this kaleidoscopic? I'm picking them out. I'm going over there, flipping them right to them.
Yeah,
I'd make a lot more than $300. I promise you that.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, we can film it someday if you want.
Yeah.
I would run that challenge. I would turn $1,000 into $3,000 by the end of the day. Promise.
Yeah.
Promise.
I'm
so easy, bro. I did that shit. It's not hard.
No. See, there's no good. I was gonna go to the Lansing card show, and then weather is so bad today. It's actually insane. But no, I'm not good at flipping. I'm just like let me buy into this break and hopefully I hit some good card. That's kind of where I'm at.
There's nothing wrong with that either.
No, and then if it's gradable, I'll come in and I'll grade it, or I'll sell it. Not big on keeping it.
No, this guy doesn't collect cards. He just gambles on them.
Hey, I got a case with a
Ron Holland kaboom and shit.
Well, used to. Okay, the quarterback. Everything's tying back to this Shedeur Sanders market right now. This is weird. The quarterback market cycles.
What about it?
How the reason, or that it like spikes up really fast and spikes down really low, and what you feel about that.
Because quarterbacks play good and quarterbacks play bad. The fuck is the question?
It's not really a question. It's kind of like tell me your thoughts on it.
That would be a question. My thoughts on it going up and down is that what I like to do is instead of waiting for the season, like, you know, people were big on JJ McCarthy was a big buy for everyone this offseason. Instead of waiting to see if JJ McCarthy is going to play good or bad, I'll just sell his cards in the offseason during you know the offseason hype when everyone's still thinking. I'd rather sell the hype than sell the results because
Yeah.
unless you have a Drake May type season, the results are never bigger than the hype. Every single quarterback went down from the preseason. You know, you had Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Drake May. All those guys won playoff games this year. When is that ever going to happen where 3 second-year quarterbacks win playoff games? And you think about that. Drake May went up significantly this year. Caleb went up maybe a tiny bit. Bo Nix maybe a tiny bit.
Caleb went from a 4-12 record to a
and his market didn't even go up that crazy. Yeah. But then you think about Michael Penix Jr., J.J. McCarthy, Jaden Daniels. That's 3-3. So I would say that Jaden Daniels' market went down just as much as Drake May's market went up. So those two cancel out. We're imagining that we invested in all 6 quarterbacks and we held all our cards for the season. Okay. J.J. McCarthy's market dropped a lot more than Caleb market rose. So we're down. We're losing. I just put up middle fingers. We're losing. And then, Michael Penix Jr.'s market dropped a lot more than Bo Nix's rose. So you could have invested in one of the greatest quarterback classes of all time, where 3 of the 6 quarterbacks won playoff games this year, had a huge turnaround. You got the 1 seed in the AFC, the 2 seed in the AFC, who's currently in the Super Bowl, as well as the 2 seed in the NFC. And if you invested in all 6 of those quarterbacks, you still lost money. It's never this is the greatest situation ever. And unless you just handpicked the top 3, you still lost. It's better to just sell in the preseason hype than to try and gamble on the results.
Yeah. So are you into QB buying and investing, I guess? Were you
listening at all?
You're against it though. Like completely. Like you say, I'm saying like, are you even slightly with it?
Investing or flipping? Flipping and investing are 2 different things.
I know you're against investing.
Yeah, it's not investing, it's gambling.
It's gambling, yeah.
I'll invest my money into stocks. Or you want to know what you should do? Here's what you should do if you're real sharp. Instead of investing in all 6 of those cards individually, you should have bought a Prism Hobby Box. Because you could have bought that Prism Hobby Box last year during the offseason when all these players were hot. You could have bought the Prism Hobby Box for $1,200 now. Or $1,200. Now it's worth $2,000 plus. So while the entirety of the market went down, the boxes rose. Because guess what? Supply and demand. Those boxes get opened every day. Less and less of them are in existence. But people still want to go and chase a Bo Nix, a Drake May, a Caleb Williams. So you're basically, it's like, should you buy into the S&P that is a culmination of a bunch of stocks, or should you buy into one random stock and hope that one hits? With the S&P, if a couple rise and a couple fall, the whole thing will still rise.
Yeah.
With one stock, it's either down or up. It's like the same thing. Should you buy, one player and hope that it's the Drake May of the world, or maybe you're going to get the Jaden Daniels of the world and it's going to tank?
That's the thing with like this. You could bring it right back to stocks. It's a lot more fun to put it into one stock and hope that stock goes way up.
It is a hobby at the end of the day. If you're doing it for fun, do whatever's going to make you happy.
Yeah.
If you're doing it to make money, buy the S&P, buy the Prism Hobby Box.
Yeah.
You got Prism Hobby releasing on Monday. I'm putting some of those on ice. They're going in the safe, and I'm not looking at them. You know what I mean? Like I didn't do that with 2024, and I regret it. Like I bought those boxes back when they were sub $1,000. If I would have just done what I tell people to do every year and put them on ice, I would have 2x'd my money on those.
Yeah.
But it's it happens almost every single year, even with some of the weaker classes. Like it's got to be a really bad class to not do it. And this class is like, between Cam Ward, Tyler Shuck,
it's confusing.
Jackson Dart, Shedeur Sanders. Do we trust any of those guys to bring these boxes up?
None of them had a good record this season, and they're all selling like crazy. People are buying Jackson Dart because they like the way he acts, because they think he's cool.
He's got aura.
He's got aura.
I mean, that's real talk. But what I will say is, regardless of these rookies, I'm in on these boxes because of the mangas. You saw what happened with Prism Black.
Yeah.
Same exact artist.
Yep.
So I don't care if these rookies are good or bad. I'm taking these boxes. Last year Prism, last year these mangas, they're going on ice.
Well, I saw the picture of the Dart manga. Dope. That was
very cool.
Very cool.
It's very cool.
I think that's the only manga I've seen other than the. Do we have a manga?
Saquon.
Saquon, that's
Reverse hurdle Saquon.
Dope.
Yeah.
That
There's
one's
some
sick.
Sick ones.
like whoever this manga artist is,
Topps needs to hire him.
Topps needs to hire him. Like,
Guy's a demon.
This guy's nuts. This guy's
the J Jettas with the Jets as a backpack.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like there's some cool. The Megatron. Have you seen that one? I haven't
seen the Megatron. No.
It's literally him like as Megatron. Like it's his face and then his body's a transformer. It's crazy, dude. It's like some great stuff. So I'm in on these boxes regardless of this rookie class, and I'll probably put 5-10 cases on ice.
Yeah.
I bought an FOTL case to put on ice.
Yeah.
$20,000. I'm just gonna shove that thing away.
Yeah, I could have
forget about it. That's my stocks for the year.
That's gonna be like the new Jackson Dart's gonna become like a top 5 QB all time.
I like where your head's at.
His 101 is gonna be lurking there somewhere.
Yeah, no one's ever gonna hit it, and we're just gonna
be like, I got
it. Actually,
I've got it.
It's in my safe.
It's in my safe right now.
We can dream.
I've got another segment on here. I feel like we've been talking about it the whole time, so I don't know. We don't really need to do is the market movers of the week. Any cards that you've seen that have just kind of like randomly exploded, whether it be like a group of cards. I mean, we know.
We always check in on the green kaboom market. I'm gonna go.
We know the kabooms have done it.
Let's look at green kabooms because for the last 2 months, it seems like green kaboom sales have gotten higher and higher every single week. And yeah, here we go. Oh my God, yes, bro.
Did you announce it yet or no?
I have not yet announced it. I'm gonna save it for a video, but this makes you feel better about the one I just purchased. Here we have an Emmitt Smith Green Kaboom PSA 9 that sold for $27,500. I don't know if that pops up, but
it'll pop.
Green Emmitt Smith Kaboom. So that's obviously crazy. This one's nuts. I mean, this one just sold. What's today?
27th.
27th. This one sold yesterday. 45,000, guys.
Who is it?
Jamar Chase PSA 10 Green Kaboom. 45,000. I think the one that I bought is very comparable to this.
Might have doubled, dude.
I feel good about my purchase. Angel Reese Green Kaboom 21,000. This one I really wanted to talk about. This is crazy. I don't know if you guys can see that. That is $432,000 for the Shea Gilgeous Green PSA 10 Kaboom.
I saw that on some auction website.
Unbelievable. $432,000. I mean, green kabooms are the modern day PMG.
Let's see.
I just keep thinking they can't get any better, and they just keep leveling up. I'm glad I got in on the one that I bought when I did. I'm going to make a video about that very soon. I'll probably record it after this and post it on TikTok. Maybe it's already out, but just ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous what those are doing. I mean, I bought a case of Revolution basketball. I bought a sealed case, because I just want to sit on that. Just the way the kabooms are moving. I bought those for like $450 a box. You're telling me that a sealed case of Revolution is not going to be up to $1,000 a box if you can pull $500,000 green kabooms?
Yeah. Well, I know you don't like it, but a big market is the soccer market right now, and even the base kabooms of like a rookie, Lamine Yamal.
Yamal's a big one.
Was $12,000 for PSA 10. That's nuts.
I think I have some boxes in the shop that you can pull kabooms from.
Is it Don Russ soccer? Yeah, maybe I'll go on.
And I think it's Yamal's rookie year.
23 or 20?
I know because I had them stickered at 100, and then I looked them up. I'm like, why are these boxes $500?
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
They've got kaboom, which is weird.
You can pull kabooms in these.
Don Russ, yeah, it's weird, but.
Nuts.
But no, that market's insane. Except the Messi 101 December 19th sold for like 192,000. I just checked.
Might be a steal.
That might have been a big steal.
Might have been a steal with how the soccer market is. If that can, might have been a steal.
Yeah, he was in his Miami uniform. That was the only thing that I bet people would be like.
How sad are you that I don't think there's any more products that we're gonna get that are kabooms. There's never a kaboom chase again.
Unless you want to pay hella after they lose the license.
I mean, yeah, I've got some stuff for, kabooms, but man, that sucks. I love kabooms. I love them so much.
Yeah, now we got to chase Bowman Anime.
All right. Well, that's exciting. There's some good news for the week.
We do have a little game at the end here.
Let's do it.
We did this last time with Tanner. Wanted to try it again, this time with one of each sport. All PSA 10s, all rookies.
When you clip this, make sure you put up a little picture of the card on the screen so they can play along.
It's a good idea. I actually have a picture on my phone already.
Yes. We're going to see how much ball I know.
How much ball do you know?
How well do I know the market?
This one, I was a little worried that you'd know the answer to this one.
I don't.
2018. Sam Darnold. Optic Downtown. Sold January 26, 2026.
Graded?
Graded. PSA 10. All of them rookie PSA 10.
2,600.
You're close. Lower. I'll give you 3 guesses.
2,300.
Lower.
1,800.
Higher.
2,100.
Ended up being $2,050 for
I don't think 2,600 is a terrible guess there.
No, it wasn't a terrible guess. I assumed you'd go lower, like way lower. I thought you were gonna go like 1,300.
Oh, that seems kind of crazy to me. I mean, PSA 10 downtown Sam Darnold, rookie.
But it's the laser one, dude. The laser ones are sick.
The guy's playing in the Super Bowl, and that card's worth $2,000. A Jackson Dart Optic downtown rookie, $1,500 ungraded, probably $3,000 to $5,000 in PSA 10.
Yeah.
Why is that worth more than the guy who's playing in the Super Bowl right now and just went back-to-back 14-win seasons? Like, again, the prospecting will never make sense to me. But next one.
This is a Victor Wembanyama. This is not a case hit, not numbered. Optic choice card. PSA 10. Optic choice. Just a.
What's the colors on it?
It's like silver.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. 450.
Lower.
350.
Lower.
300.
Just under 300. Yeah.
That's a buy.
288 right now.
That's a buy right there. Wemby's still getting disrespected.
Last sold January 20th, 26.
All right.
And this last one actually surprised me a lot. Actually, no, it wouldn't surprise me. Forgot it's numbered. 2018 Bowman Platinum. Shohei Ohtani rookie card purple.
See, Bowman Platinum
that's out of 250.
Yeah, Bowman Platinum's just not the most sought after brand though. It's not like it's his Bowman first or his Bowman rookie.
No.
I'm gonna go with
PSA 10 out of 250. Remember that.
2,900.
Lower.
2,100.
Higher.
2,300.
You were close on the 2,100. It was $2,150.
That counts. I wasn't gonna guess 2,150.
No, okay.
I'll take my 2,100 right there.
Which surprised me because Bowman Platinum's a
low tier product.
But a PSA 10. But it's again rookie Shohei.
Shohei's market is nuts, as it should be. The guy's the GOAT. I think Shohei still might be cheap, to be honest, for what.
Yeah, I thought that was insane, considering that was a low tier product compared to what like a normal.
See, doesn't it suck that we just don't have like a Shohei rookie or like a Shohei Kaboom to chase because Panini was never licensed during his stuff?
Yeah,
he might have he probably does have a Kaboom that's like not licensed, but I'm gonna miss Panini being licensed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all right though. It's all right. We'll
Kabooms, mangas. We'll still have, 5 Below mangas at least.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys listening here. Episode 17 on the Burton Breaks podcast coming out every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys give us a follow on TikTok, Burton Breaks podcast over there, Instagram, Burton Breaks podcast. We will be back on next Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll see y'all then.